Hi guys, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel. Time is 2:30 here in Dhaka, late night. I actually had a very busy day, and end of the night there was a bit of disaster. My air conditioning started leaking. I didn't notice. Whole bed was like a pool, so I had to. I am sort of like a very handyman. I fixed the air conditioning. So far, it's doing okay. But after a lot of other work, very exhausted. But then again, we have reviews. Okay, so 2 episodes tonight. So finally, I'm going to do initial impression on a fragrance that I saw maybe last year on Red Lesson Stevens channel. And since I saw the bottle, I wanted this so bad because I had the previous two. So we're going to be talking about Scandal, Jean-Paul Gaultier Scandal, Pour Homme Absolu. Okay, this is the men's one. That's why I'm calling it Pour Homme. So previously there was original Scandal. I think that was EDP perhaps. And then I sold it off because I had this. They are redundant. They have Le Parfum, Scandal, Parfum, Pour Homme, like that. Okay, so this is a kind of a tough bottle because this bottle you cannot see through how much juice you're left. You have to do this. And guess I have about 60, maybe 70. So that's one of my favorite lines, apart from Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male line, Elixir. Jean-Paul Gaultier has a lot of sweet fragrances. This is part of the sweet trend. So if you are into sweet fragrances, perhaps you can check it out. I got this fragrance in 150 ml. I saw one of our brothers, Brother Raihan, in Bangladesh, who talked about it, and I was so tempted seeing the bottle. So it's an initial impression. I am wearing this on my hand. It's a very beautiful fragrance, and it's very similar in a way to the OG DNA, but the opening is kind of different. Okay, so that's why I got it. So performance, I will tell you just one wearing what I got, like a full wearing I gave. That's what you're gonna get. I have my nose breakdown here on my phone from Fragrantica, and this is a 2024 release. These are the information. So this is part of that beautiful red velvety texture. If you see from close, this is velvety. The name is there, golden and red, beautiful combination. I never seen 150 ml before of these bottles, so I was tempted to get a big bottle. This is gonna cost you about $130 for 150 ml. I got this from Authentic Perfumes. The prices can vary. Maybe I got discounts. Maybe there is, sometimes this and that. So different places, maybe you get the best deal and buy from there. Okay, wherever you get. But thanks to Himu Bhai, who's owner of Authentic Perfumes, located in SKS shopping mall, level 2 or 3. So just go to Authentic Perfume, Bangladesh, I think perhaps the name, and you'll see they have lot of nice collection and one of the best pricing, in the shop. And very, very nice guy. He recently lost his mother. I was very sad to see him actually yesterday. Anyway, so that's about it. And then there's a barcode you can scan and all that. This is Scandal. Basically, they had Scandal Pour Femme. I had that beautiful bottle with that legs up, with this round shaped bottle. I love those, but the men's one, it's also very sweet, like the women's one. So here's the grand bottle, just look at that bottle, just admire it, like take a look. It reminds me of one of the 1 million intense, flanker, because it has this paint gold and then a little bit of a fade up, and the juice color is kind of like golden, right? So altogether, this looks like melted gold or caramel, and there is a caramel note in there. I will talk about it. Got the crown, just the typical of the Scandal bottle. This is 100 ml, this is 150 next to each other. So they are very bling bling, kind of like juvenile, you can say. Atomizer, okay, I'm not a very big fan of the atomizer. Cap is nice, showing the atomizer. Okay, I mean, it's not really up to my expectations, but I will show you on my skin. Oh, spraying nice now. Okay, so let me pause it real quick. I want to bring one fragrance. I want to compare this to, then you'll get better idea. Okay, the fragrance I wanted to bring to me was this one, Pakuraban 1 Million Lucky. Okay, this is also sweet. That one also has, I think, caramel popcorn sort of a feel, maybe chestnutty feel, but there are differences. Okay, if you like 1 Million Lucky but you cannot locate it, you can take a look at the Scandal one. This is more sweeter. So official notes breakdown on this as my fragrance drying down on my skin. This is a note. There's a note called I don't know, Mirabelle or Mirabelle. I don't know what that is. There's some sort of maybe fruit, citrusy fruit. They said maybe melon. Isn't it melon or something? I don't know. It's just I never seen it. I never tried it. Okay, let me see what this is. This one is a type of plum. Okay, sweet, fresh, fleshy. Okay, according to Fragrantica. Thank God for all the information. And this one has also chestnut and sandalwood. It's a very relatively a simple fragrance. Like, it does not have so much going on in there, and doesn't have so much transformation. It has two stages, the opening. And let me tell you, I just absolutely love the opening. This is the reason why I got it. When I smelled it, of course, I paid already, but I love the opening. This is the best opening out of the three. The OG, Scandal Purum, that one had the gray juice. That one starts up straight from, like, beginning. It's like, you can say, tonka, or maybe caramel, sort of like a sweetness going on. So it's very much like an Invictus 1 million-ish sweetness. And it stays like that for a very long time. The OG was beast mode. Second one, the Parfum Purum, is a little bit more polished, and I felt that one was a bit darker. So I preferred Scandal Purum, the OG, for summer nights because it really did wonders. The Parfum Purum, I preferred it for winters because it was darker, sweeter, and one more layer over the original. This one is a little bit different from the both. Okay, I get kind of like an orange liquor feel, from this. I don't know if that's the plum note that's bringing this in this fragrance, and it's short-lived. It's about 15 minutes I can detect it, and after 15 minutes, when I do this, it changes already to the OG sort of backbone with a little bit of a chestnut, kind of like a playful, not much spice. It's just sweet, but it remains also fresh. So sweet, fresh fragrance, right? And that's about it. Like, if you think of fragrances like 1 Million Lucky or Stronger With You, those lines, it's going to be easy buy for even Azaro, the Most Wanted Pafa, Lemal Elixir, Lemal line. This is in that family. Okay, and I would say this fragrance has very good longevity. On the one where I definitely sprayed on my hair, neck, on my arm, shirt, everything. About 8 sprays. It was like performed very well. But after 1.5 hours to 2 hours, the projection I was not detecting unless I move my neck like that or I'm bringing it. So I'm guessing this fragrance has good longevity, but you may suffer like what you go, like, nose blind. So I do have a condition. My nose, both nostrils, like one of them is almost like closed because of some development of some muscle. Need an operation, maybe tonsil. So I don't know if I'm gonna go get it, but it's scary. Like, sometimes I snore a lot at night. It's like I wake up like I get bull. But if you have open nose, like if your nose is normal and you don't have the extra, what you call the development, you will detect it very, very nicely. I think so, right? Most of the fragrances I hardly detect on me, but people say, man, what you wearing? Like, this perfume, I get nose blind to this Royal Blend. Amazing fragrance. This is kind of like a similar sweet ballpark. So this one, the performance wise, I think there's no issue. I checked Fragrantica. Most people said this is a good performer, and people who used it, they said it's a good fragrance which performs. So I guess for clubbing purpose, this is gonna be perfect. But here is the twist. This one, I think, maybe is wearable in summers if it's not too hot. Okay, because original Scandal I liked in like nighttime, but the sweetness was a bit overwhelming for the sunny days, right? So none of these three, I would say, are great for summer. They are not like a freshie, okay? But the freshness from this citrusy, this plum thing, and I get this orange licorice, not licorice, liquor. If like, not kalua, like, they make shots, like, in the bars, they make shots like 3-layer, 4-layer shots, or, you know, what's his name? Not Marlon Brando, the singer, the king. Man, how come I can't remember this? It's embarrassing. Anyway, so those colors, the yellow, the red, and the green. It. Hold on. I searched for embarrassing 5 solid minutes, and I was trying to remember Bob Marley, and I said Marlon Brando. So there is a similarity, but nowadays I'm forgetting a lot of stuff. Anyway, so if you know Marlon, man, sorry, Bob Marley, there is a shot like this, like these 3-layer shots. I was Googling and YouTubing. So you see those colors, and then you take the shot down, you feel sweetness. It will be sweet, fruity, and then, you can feel the layers, and they're fun to look at. And people often do, in the bars and stuff. So I remember those, like the Irish flag, they have Netherlands, right? So this one reminds me of those sweet, sweet shots, right? So if you like sweet, but it's not boozy, okay? But that opening, that the citrus or the plum, whatever, it's like that, and it's already starting to change a little bit. It holds on for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then it starts going to the chestnut and a little bit of tonka and maybe caramel, and they are not mentioned here on Fragrantica. They just say 3 notes, right? And Quentin Bish is behind this alongside 2 other perfumers. So I'm thinking like this is the trend. Okay, so who is it for? It's for people who love something sweet, loud, happy, party going. It's simple. Like, it's like majority of the people like who love 1 million Eros, these kind of fragrances, they're gonna be liking this. Okay, easy. These are kind of fragrance. There's nothing much to hate about it, but people who hate it, who hate extreme loud fragrances which are sweet, and you can see, when mindless, this kind of fragrances do not really feel very creative. Okay, like say if I compare this with Lemal, original Lemal, the OG, that one has, like, when it was out, people said that was like a nasty fragrance, or one of those F boys fragrances, like, not really mature. But now look at Lemal people wear, who are a bit sophisticated. There's like nice little transition from mint, vanilla, tonka, lavender, right? So compared to that, this one is not as complex. So people who already have Scandal, Perfume, Purom, or the OG, and then, you're not really a collector, and you do not really want to smell like redundant. Okay, you can avoid it, no problem. But I think the opening is really beautiful. This bottle is very gorgeous. This fragrance is long lasting. So it sort of ticks all the boxes. And especially if I compare this with 1 million Lucky, this one has a little bit more of caramel popcorn vibe. This one feels like more of a shot. Okay, like those shots that I was talking about, Bob Marley shots, right? And then, it's like Stronger With You, those kind of DNA, sweet, nutty, hazelnut like vanilla. So this is a good fragrance. But overall, if you ask me, the smell wise, Lucky is better. I think because it's, yeah, it has that uh, where am I wearing this? Yeah, here. So this fragrance, it's a little bit more unique, like compared to this. And I think this one, that caramel popcorn note, is very, very unique. I never smelled it in many other fragrances. It's more fresher. Over this, this one is fresher. Both of them very good performance. But Scandal, this one, the Absolu, I think maybe Elixir is coming next. This one is better performance, more thicker. This is more like, in the air, it's more airy, right? So if you pick any of these up, if you can find this, I think this is getting a little bit rare in Bangladesh. It's very expensive. So if you can find this, get it, 200 ml. But this one is going to be a bit cheaper compared to this 200 ml, because 100 ml of Lucky is going for 120 bucks in Bangladesh. This one about 130, 140 if you pay, say 130, 35. For 150 ml, that's less than $100 per 100 ml. So it's a good fragrance. I like this a lot. This is my kind of fragrance. I sold a few fragrances yesterday. It was a very busy day. I'm clearing my shelf a little bit, trying to, make space for new fragrances. I got some new Manceras, some of the new other fragrances. So, made me happy. So it's a happy fragrance, a kind of fingerprint magnet. For the bottle itself, it's 10. The fragrance itself, I'll give it 8.5. Longevity, I'll give it 9. Projection, I'll give it also 9. Okay. Versatility, if you ask me, like, can I wear this all year round? Yeah, you can find, like at night time, evening time, if there's AC, fine. Do not wear this at work. Do not wear this at office, because it's very flirty. Wear this for the dates. Wear this for, parties, New Year parties, when people are going to be drunk, have fun and not really worried about, next day's work. New Year's, New Year's Eve, Christmas, it's a good fragrance for that. Most of the people like it, but the stuff that I said, remember, so you'll try before you buy. Okay, the opening actually is 10 out of 10. Overall, I'll give this fragrance a solid 8.8 out of 10. Why 8.8? Don't ask me. I just feel like giving it. 1 million Lucky is 9 out of 10. Great fragrance. Okay, so there you go. Thanks for watching, and let's do a list, and then we'll upload this. Take care.